We're going from Euro to hero on this week's Crit Sandwich. Welcome to Crit Sandwich, the world's tastiest D&D podcast. Crit Sandwich is a twice-monthly podcast where four friends play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons with random settings and plots. We will use adult language and inconsistent character voices. We do edit lightly for brevity and to make us look super fast at math. And of course, we will screw up the rules. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Casey Sears. To my left is Matt Popich.
I'm here.
And he is playing Friar Ruck.
I am.
The Drunken Master. What's your favorite item?
The cloaker of the Arachnida. Arachnida. Extremely useful.
All right. Across the table from me is Chuck Ventus.
Heyo.
Playing V, the Monster Slayer, or Dragon Slaying Monster Hunter. What's your favorite item?
It's not a bow. Well, now it is a bow. I actually hit something this past campaign, or past episode, so... my favorite weapon?
I mean, well, your favorite piece of equipment you have on you right now.
Favorite piece of equipment. I'm liking my dragon scale mail.
All right. To my right, Robbie Ponder.
Hello.
Playing Reid Harpman.
My favorite item. I can tell you what my least favorite item is.
That you have on you?
Saddle.
What I don't have on me is the saddle.
Mm.
My favorite item, I actually think, is something that is a smaller rarity than all my other items, is my Wand of Paralyze. I really like that thing.
So, Reid Harpman, if life is a highway, and how are you going to ride it all night long if you don't have a saddle?
No saddle, yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. I'll have to find a way. Luckily, there's this horse stable nearby with 2 carriages. I can ride one of those and just look up at the dragon wishing I was on him.
Let's roll for a recap.
Yes.
Oh, I think I got the honor.
Again.
I will keep this nice and short.
I rolled a 14.
Well, previous on our last episode, we picked our items in the Dragon Museum. We discovered that there was a Vicky that was stabbed by kobolds, we found out. So we ended up leaving with a couple of items. Reid left one of his items on the trail. We continued on, and now we're at the Dragon's Depot. And it was starting to rain. It's getting to be dark because there's a lot of clouds and heavy rainfall. And we come up to a building where we would like to sleep. So we're trying to kick out some kobolds. And so we engage them in combat.
Kobolds. Kobolds.
Kobolds.
Kobolds.
Kobolds.
What is that called? Kebabs.
Yeah. Kebabs. Not kebabs. Not kebabs.
We're finding some
kebabs.
After this, you guys can make some kobold kebabs.
Kobold kebabs.
Oh, I'm in on that.
Oh, that's an intro.
I know. Oh, yeah. Well, that's not very sandwichy, though. On this week.
It has to say kobold kebabs.
Oh, yeah, kobold kebabs. Screw sandwiches. This week, we're making kobold kebabs on Crit Sandwich. All right, so to set the scene, we have Friar Ruck standing on the side of the second floor of a restaurant in the Dragon Domains Depot. You have chucked 2 kobolds onto the ground. Just in the doorway, we have V, the Monster Hunter. You were stabbed by a kitchen knife, but you quickly dispatched that kobold.
I'm pretty pissed about that kitchen knife.
You see 5 other kobolds in the room, as well as a dragon-born, some sort of earth-conjuring druid guy who has summoned minerals and stone and rock all around his hands and fists. He's wearing it like a mantle over his head and his shoulders, and it is all stuck to his body. And he said it in Druidic, but he definitely said, I am one with the earth, and the earth is one with me. We have Reid Harpman. Outside, he was recently attacked by a sacred flame attack. You are approaching the building. It is raining. It is dark. Thunder strikes in the distance. Cold, wet children hide across the street at the end of a burned-out building. A dragon flying above the restaurant that you guys are assaulting, possibly to land on the other side. Where are we at in the order?
It's actually last, which is now Robbie's turn. Because he put himself
Which is
last.
now first.
Oh, I guess.
This episode.
Yeah. Okay.
So I see V go into the doorway with his sword drawn, walking very heroic-like. I see something try to stab him with a kitchen knife. V strikes back, and I assume I can see more movement in there as I'm closer and the door's wide open. I can see more kobolds in there. Kobolds.
Kebabs. They got kebabs on the mind.
Kobolds in there.
If you plant your kobolds in the winter, they'll pop up in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Kobolds.
That's a
I don't even
flower joke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it. But now I'm just totally lost
Kobolds. Okay, sorry.
on how to pronounce it, you know?
Kobolds.
Co with a go. Kobolds. So I see the kobolds in the room.
You're outside the building?
Right.
They are, a lot of them are kind of, and Chuck would be able to see this, they are kind of, a lot of them are on on all fours, as they kind of scurry about on the ground, and they're leaning up against the walls. So not really from where you are.
Well, I would walk up there and I would be behind V since he already walked in. I'm not afraid of walking in anymore.
Okay, so you just run up to the doorway and you see this dragonborn man with the stone covering his skin. You see some of the other kobolds in there.
Would Reid relate this to the guy that casted Sacred Flame on him? I would think so. He's the only one that looks like a spellcaster.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dragonborn. You would have, dragonborn are still around in your world. You would have seen one.
So what are you gonna do, Reid?
I'll cast Shatter.
Oh.
Nice.
Now we're talking.
What is the radius on Shatter?
10 feet.
So you can hit the front of the building where you see some kobolds, or you can aim towards the that dragonborn guy. But he doesn't have any kobolds around him. Not within 10
so I
feet.
can either hit him or how many kobolds?
Probably at least 3.
3. I'll hit the majority. I'll hit the 3.
Okay.
Constitution save.
Nice. Well played.
Thunder damage. Also, does that make a loud boom, Matt?
The loudest of booms.
What do they have to beat?
15.
And it's dexterity?
Constitution.
Constitution. Oh yeah, they all took that.
3d8 damage.
We're in the middle of a storm.
And
so I don't
stone,
really
crystal,
remember
or
that.
metal has disadvantage. So if there's any cutlery around, like any plates and stuff, it starts shattering too.
Oh yeah.
A non-magical item that isn't being worn also takes damage.
8 damage. Did not roll high.
So the entire center of the room. So V is standing there. He's just in the doorway, and looking inside. Just the center of the room basically just explodes with this loud, thunderous crack. Plates go flying, food goes flying, chairs go flying, shrapnel is everywhere. The ceiling, pieces of the plaster from the ceiling start falling down. You see a kobold fly out of a window, tumbling onto the ground, and then 2 more kind of just fly around the room. It definitely looks like you took out 3 of them.
Woo.
Nice. Well done.
Reid
There you go.
made kills.
Yeah.
Was that your first?
Is that your first kill?
No, I think I've killed one of those dogs things we fought before.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
The wargs?
Wargs, yeah. Did I kill one of those? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I would give Bardic Inspiration to V, but I gave him some before we started the fight. Is it still active?
Mm-hmm.
I would think so. Okay. That's my turn.
All right. My turn is going to be opening this beer.
My turn. Top of the order. I'm in the second floor, so I'm not really
Yep.
with you guys at this moment, and I believe there's still a flying kobold in the room.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the window that I've been fighting outside of and walk along the ceiling and attack it.
I love this.
All right.
So you're in the second floor by yourself.
Correct.
Okay.
But I've already taken out 2.
Now I imagine you're like tumbling and rolling across.
Oh
the
yeah,
ceiling
totally
as you're doing
goofy, totally foolish. in an attempt to like dodge and weave, and that's what drunken masters do.
Sure.
So.
With flame tongue?
With flame tongue, 19 to hit.
Hits.
So we're gonna do 9 slashing and 9 fire.
Describe that kill, sir.
So I pop in the window and I'm walking, or I get to the ceiling and I like roll to the left and then like do a cartwheel to the right, and then as I'm doing the cartwheel, I grab flame tongue and do a slash, and maybe cut off a wing. How about we cut off a wing, and then it falls and dies and burns.
It hisses and flails on the ground.
And I don't know much about how much I had to move to get to it versus where, but I'm going to start trying to head at least toward the stairs and get down the stairs if I can toward where my friends are.
It'll take you a turn of movement because it's... Okay, so imagine the building is like a 40-foot square.
Okay.
So you ran in and to the right to one corner. You're going to have to run all the way to the opposite corner to get to the stairwell.
Okay.
To go down. So it's going to take one turn, or if you dash, you can get all the way downstairs in one turn.
Okay.
So you're just kind of starting to move that way because you took most of your movement to get to him.
Okay. Sounds
Unless
good.
you want to... Can you...
I can, as a bonus action...
Use a key point to dash.
I can use a key point, but I don't really want to.
Okay.
They'll be fine. They're tough.
All right. Whose turn?
I have faith. Is AC 130?
You guys are now all either in or around the front of the building.
So
Right.
we'll skip him from here now?
Yeah, you guys can't see what he's up to.
Kobolds.
Is he still like to the back of the building? Because we said we might see something back there. He's still kind of hanging out back there?
Yeah, he was kind of diving behind the back of the building, like something was going on back there.
Okay.
We're going to go first with this Dragonborn Druid guy, and he is going to run up into the middle of the room, and he's going to take his big stone hands and slam them down in front of him, and rock is going to fly down from his hands, and then as that hits, more stone and shrapnel and stuff is going to fly up from the ground in a line in front of him. So I need V and Reid Harpman to...
Dexterity saving throw?
Yes, make a dexterity.
I'm guessing we're going to be trying to dodge something
Yeah,
here.
let me make sure. Actually,
Is he casting shatter?
Yeah, make a
shatter as well.
No, it's a slam attack. Make a dexterity saving throw. He's almost like he's half earth elemental right now.
Reid got a 5.
I rolled very well. 25.
All right, so Reid, you are going to take...
Reid did not see this coming because he's kind of behind V, so he's definitely... V dodges, and Reid just kind of stands there and gets it right to the face.
Reid, you're going to take 5 bludgeoning damage. So, V, you back up along the door as this stone flies through you, and just... Reid did not see it coming, and he just starts to eat it all.
I didn't know you were behind me.
Where'd you come from?
I casted a very loud spell.
I should have warned you.
I casted a very loud spell. You did not know I was there?
Running across the front of the building, stabbing low, is a kobold.
To who?
To V.
Behind me.
It rolls an 8.
Nope.
Another one is behind it and jumps on its back and stabs. And it gets a 19.
That's going to hit.
I'll cutting words it.
And it rolls for 6 damage. Oh, cutting words, what's that do?
It's going to do minus to his hit. So he.
So you roll a d4, Robbie?
D6.
And roll D6.
Okay, so it's 6 damage. Let's see if you can negate it all.
It's after you tell the results. I mean, you roll damage.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to throw that in or not. So it was rolled a what?
He rolled-
attack.
You're rolling it a 6.
It was originally a what? A 19?
19.
19.
Oh, it's against the...
It's against
Attack.
the to hit.
So
Okay,
I
I guess
have
it's
to
a hit.
roll a 2 or higher.
Is it really a d6? I thought
3
it
or
was
higher.
a d4.
A 3 or higher. I got a 5.
Okay, so yeah.
Dang.
He goes to stab V, and what do you say to distract him?
I say,
Uh-oh, you almost had it. You got to be quicker.
yo. I say, oh, you almost had it. You got to be quicker.
And he kind of like is distracted for a second and just stabs the door, and it goes right over his shoulder. And the other one jumps out the window and runs towards Reid Harpman and stabs at him and gets a 21.
That's a hit. I already used my reaction. If I would have known there was a third one hitting me, I would have used it for myself.
It's going to do 3 damage on you.
Oh, man. Reed's getting beat up.
That's so funny.
At least he has a really good healing spell.
So these are the ones that came from around the side of the building, is what we're saying?
So they were all in the kind of in the front of the building, waiting to ambush whoever was coming.
Okay.
2 ran straight through the door, 1 ran out the window and at you, but that seems to be all of them that are still alive that you can see.
Chuck?
I'm gonna swing my Dragon Slayer short sword at one of the kobolds right next to me. So,
All right.
roll to hit. 16 total.
Hits.
11 damage.
Kills.
Right across the gut. Whoosh.
All right. Next up. Can you do anything else? You can move past them, but you're going to take an attack
Isn't
of
there?
opportunity.
I'll just hold my ground.
Okay.
For the other one. So
Robbie?
So there's, I'm assuming V and Reid are surrounded by 3 kobolds.
Now 2.
Kobolds.
I have one next to
Okay,
me, and you
2,
have
yeah.
one next to you.
Yeah, each of you are engaged with 1.
I see the druid being a bigger threat. I'll cast Dissonant Whispers on the druid. DC 15 Wisdom save.
Fails.
Okay, so he's going to flee from me and take 3d6.
Oh, nice.
13.
So when you do that damage to him, and he starts turning away, that rock armor that's around him starts falling away,
Nice.
and he starts fleeing.
I will bonus action and activate my animated shield.
You're doing it, Reid. You're doing it.
We finally have a third party member.
Reid does, what do you call these? Where you go?
That's a fist pump.
Fist pumps. He just totally fist pumps a couple of times.
Next up.
I will run as far as I can to go down the stairs. Again, I have a 40 movement speed, but I don't know where that gets me.
Where did this druid move to when he ran away?
So he went way... Okay, so in the...
Would he have run up the stairs?
No, he would have gone back into a kitchen area.
Right into the freezer. The walk-in freezer. Shut the door. We're done.
So you can there's a half wall and stuff, so you can still see him back in there, but there's a back door in the opposite corner. So you're coming down. He would be to your left, but there would be a wall in between you. You wouldn't see him, but you would definitely see the 2 kobolds, one on V and one on Reid Harpman.
Okay. And am I close enough to them to do anything?
If you dash.
If I dash. I'll go ahead and use Ring of the Ram on the one on Reid.
All right.
12 to hit.
Hits.
Dang. But they have 11 AC.
5 damage. Not great.
Yeah, you hit this guy, and he tumbles backwards 5 feet, and then looks very shaken, but gets back on all fours.
Sorry,
Grabs
I tried.
his dagger.
Dragon and then kobolds.
You guys hear a crash behind the building. Something in those pine trees, or something's going on behind the building.
Oh no. AC 130 is in trouble.
Great.
Maybe he landed.
Kobolds are next after AC 130.
Does that cleric or the druid get a...
He's fine now.
He ran for 1 turn. That's
Okay,
one
it's
turn.
just 1 turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it was his reaction, actually.
All right.
He's released from my whispers.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys see him run out, not all the way out of the kitchen, but just kind of up to the bar, and he puts his hand onto the kind of the kitchen counter, where they would, maybe pass plates over to the front of house from the back of house. And you see him look outside the window with his fist outreached, and then he pulls it back, and you guys, in a rock that is lining the road, flies, just pulls it towards you, right towards
move.
right towards Reid Harpman.
This is Reid's move.
Oh boy.
He's a commander of the earth as well.
Reid, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'll use this dice for that one. 13.
Oh, that is just not enough, but very close.
A for effort.
I just kidding.
Reid's getting pummeled at left and right.
You're going to take 15 damage as a stone just flies and just
15?
decks you right into the face.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Are you down?
Reid is down to some 13 HP if you want to know.
Oh, you're still fine.
He's bloodied.
Well, when we leveled up to level 4, I rolled from max HP, which helped out, I feel.
And so, yeah, that Dragonborn Druid guy. Actually, I think he has one more thing he can do here.
Reid!
Ugh. That rock hit me in the My rock hit me in the back of the head, V.
I feel like
It's a boulder, Robbie. It's not a rock. It's not a pebble.
Rocks and boulders, same thing.
So
A boulder hit me.
he takes a little pouch with dust in it, throws it over him, and he's kind of shimmering. He has a little shimmering effect around him.
Oh, he's about to think happy thoughts. Better get him before he flies away.
Good
So
one.
the other kobolds, the one by the door next to V, lunges at him again. 18 to hit,
Yep, that does it.
and he does 6 damage with his dagger.
Dang!
And the other one that is down to his very last hit point that was hit by that ram ring jumps at Reid Harpman,
Poor Reid.
and he rolls a 9.
Oh,
Raid's fumbling around a bunch. He probably didn't take that into consideration because I just got hit with a boulder in the back of the head.
Chuck, you're up.
I will swing at the kobold right next to me that just stabbed me with its dagger with my Dragon Slayer short sword. I rolled a 15 plus 8. I think it's going to do it. 23.
Doesn't.
Don't be jealous, guys. Oh, I rolled a 6. 6 plus 1, 7, plus another 5. 12 damage.
Max damage.
Yeah, it's gone.
Max damage. Right down the center of the head, splitting the skull.
All right.
And I kick it away from me. And then I want to use my movement to move towards the druid.
There's still
you can
one
engage
more.
him if you want to like go around that kind of that.
Go around the bar?
Yeah, go around the.
I'll go around the bar, and I'll be pointing my sword at him, and I will say, you're about to become one with the earth. And that's my turn.
Next up.
Robbie.
So I have one on me right now.
Yep. And it only has 1 HP left.
Good luck.
That we know of.
Unarmed strike. Unarmed strike. Unarmed strike.
Punch him!
Punch him. Punch him.
You don't have a weapon at all?
I have a short bow. I punch him.
Yeah. He rolled a 16.
Doesn't.
Does it? One.
Yeah.
I punch him for 1 point of damage.
I mean, you could plus your strength modifier gets added in too.
I have 0 strength.
Okay, so you could suplex him. You could punch him. What do you want to do? It's your kill. You can kick him.
I slap him.
A big slap.
Back or front of hand.
Actually, if you don't have proficiency, it is a 1 damage.
I think everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, we
okay.
went
Unless
over
you're a
this
monk.
last time.
Yeah,
I punched
we went over
something.
this last time.
It's the whatever. Front. Palm.
The palm.
Yeah. Palm. Sorry.
Just.
Oh, man. What do you say anything?
I said we're gonna make kebabs out of you.
Kobold kebabs.
Kebabs out of you.
He dies of embarrassment.
All right, that is the last of the kobolds.
I am up, and I'm going to see V rush by me, because I hadn't seen the druid before this, but he rushes by me, and I'll see what's going on, so I'll follow and attack. I should be able to get to the...
Yep.
Yeah, druid, and I'll swing.
Yeah.
with-
Do you want to like jump over the
Over the bar.
over the bar into the other side of him?
Oh, it's
So you
not.
can-
Yes, I do. I
Yeah,
do
you
wanna
can
do
totally
that.
do that. Yeah.
Yep, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to attack with Flame Tongue and a Flurry of Blows.
Do it.
All right, Flame Tongue first. 20.
Hits.
I assume another 13 plus 7, 20 also hits.
Yeah.
16 plus 7, 23.
That'll
Yeah.
do it. Oh boy.
All right, so Flame Tongue, 9 slashing, and 6 fire. so 15 so far. 8 punch, so that's 23, and 6 punch, so 29 damage
Oh.
Wow.
from the Drunken Master.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So you flip over this thing. He's not expecting it. Every hit just lands, and he is just spun around as you slice and pummel him. What little he is wearing has caught on fire. Actually, I need to make sure if he needs to make a concentration saving throw for Shield of Faith.
Is it concentration? I believe it is.
No, I don't think. Yeah, actually, it's not. It's just a buff. All right.
And as he hits, he says, I hate druids! Dragon is next, if there's anything to report there.
So you guys hear a loud boom behind the building, which you guys, V and Friar Ruck would hear this because they're kind of in the back of the building now, near the back door. And that back door burst open and 2 more kobolds run in, and you see through the door, you see Zur there with just kobolds crushed in his hands, and he had just laid down a wide swath of dragon's breath, and they're just...
He took out a whole army.
Yeah, he took out like 5 more behind the building.
Nice.
Yes.
Kobold / druid turn.
But 2 are in the room with you.
Yeah, okay.
So the druid is, with the 2 of you next to him, he is going to cast Earth Tremor, which I believe means V and Friar Ruck need to make dexterity saving throws.
I rolled very well again. I rolled 8.
I chose not to roll up.
18 plus 7, 25.
I rolled a dexterity 8.
That dice is going to be forbidden. Oh my goodness.
So, Friar, you are going to take 3 damage and you're knocked prone.
Nuts. Done. Anything else from him?
Actually, I think that's about all he can do because that's an action. Actually, you know what? He can use his bonus action to attack with his fist. So he is going to attack Friar while you're on the ground. And you're prone, so he's going to have advantage.
Oh, this could be a crit.
And he gets a... What is that, a 21?
That'll hit.
Is that a crit since
So it's a punch?
Or no, he's
No, he
prone.
has to be unconscious.
Unconscious,
Yeah.
okay. That's what it was.
Say what?
It's a punch?
Yeah.
So 1 damage?
No. So when his fist comes down and lands on you, it's solid. It just feels like his fists themselves are made out of stone or metal, and it does 4 bludgeoning damage to you.
What a turd. I hate him.
Reid's not the strongest. That's why other people's fists do more damage.
This type of... So, listeners, this is a custom-made subclass that I'm working on for the cleric domain. It is the earth domain, or for the cleric class, it's the earth domain. And I will post this on social media. It is in this setting, it is technically one of the druids, but the character class is a cleric, an earth domain cleric. And their channel divinity pulls earth around their body and kind of turns them half into an earth elemental. But also, they don't really use weapons so much as just punch things with their mace-like fists.
Friar Ruck hates it.
And they don't use armor, too. They just are tough. Tough dudes physically.
I hate it.
I get it. You don't like druids. Or clerics.
But I like
that are
clerics.
druids.
I like
Yeah.
clerics. Are the other kobolds going to do anything on their turn?
So, yes, they run through the door. They're kind of running around to the right to get to the front of the building, and they see V there, and they just leap on them with their daggers.
Ah,
We have an 18 and a 12 to hit,
the 18 will hit.
and it will do 5 damage with its dagger.
You're getting death by 1,000 cuts over there, aren't you? So you're
know.
taking like 3 damage, 2 damage.
You said 5?
Yeah.
5 damage?
Yep.
Dang, these things suck. Just like...
You're up.
So I would have disadvantage if I swung at the druid, correct? Since these guys are right on me.
No, not in melee.
Not in melee, you're fine.
Not melee. Okay.
If you were shooting a bow at him, yes.
Ah, that's what it was.
Yep.
I'm going to focus in on the druid. I'm going to go after him. I'm going to use my bonus action to do Slayer's Prey. That is, I did that the one time, but I focus my ear on one foe. I increase the harm that I inflict on it. So as a bonus action, I can designate one creature that I see within 60 feet as a target at his feet. So the first time each turn that you hit the target with a weapon attack, it takes an extra 1d6 damage from the weapon. So that's if I hit it, or hit him. I rolled an 11 plus 8, so it's 19.
Hits. Actually, barely hits.
All right, so let me ask you a question. This is probably me going overthinking this.
It's not
Dragon
a dragon.
Slayer. Now, hold on. This is what it says. When you hit a dragon with this weapon, the dragon takes extra for the purpose of this weapon, dragon refers to any type of creature with the dragon type. Is a dragon born considered a dragon?
They're half dragon. I would not.
I think they count
I'm
as
asking
humanoids.
you because you're the DM. If you say no, I'm fine with it. But is a dragonborn half like? Is it a dragon? Like, what is it? A humanoid dragon?
That's a good question. You weren't pushing.
I'm not. I'm not trying to.
Question.
I think of them as humanoids
Okay.
as far as like what they would be in the monster manual.
When dragonborns are born, are they born in an egg?
It depends.
Yeah, I think that all depends.
Yeah.
Born of dragons, as their name proclaims, the dragonborn walk proudly through the world that greets them with fearful incomprehension. Shaped by draconic gods or the dragons themselves, dragonborn originally hatched from dragon eggs as a unique race, combining the best attributes of both dragons and humanoids.
So I'm about to fuck this guy up big time. Yeah.
What's the name of that sword?
Dragon Slayer.
Okay, we are going to look at sage advice here. We're going to get it from... Okay, so Chris Perkins, who is one of the main D&D dudes, says Dragonborn are technically humanoids, not dragons, but a DM might allow it. I was going to allow it on the kobolds, but you were killing them all in one hit anyway. It didn't really matter. Mm-hmm.
So no on this guy.
No on this guy.
Okay, that's fine.
It's just too good.
That would he would explode.
He's about dead anyway.
Okay,
so you might.
So this is just for my weapon attack, and then I'll do my Slayer's Prey damage. So 8 plus another 1d6, 11 damage.
Yeah. So you, as he is scrapping with Friar Ruck, you put your Dragon Slayer sword into the Dragonborn's back. And he gasps and hisses, not hisps.
Hisses.
Hisps.
Hisps.
Hisses.
It's a dragonborn thing. They hiss.
Yep. He is down.
I killed him?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm wondering if we were supposed to get information from him, but okay.
No, it's fine.
All right, good.
You guys do what you want. I mean, these guys have not been very cooperative up until now.
No, they haven't.
They are very, very into this cult.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just drive him into the ground off to the side by Friar Ruck with the sword.
All right.
Robbie?
I will vicious mockery one of the kobolds. Wisdom save, beat 15.
Oh, wow. Let me check their modifier. Oh, nope, did not beat it. It's a -2 on that wisdom.
Brutal.
I tell
rolled a
him
14.
his life is about to end. He should run 1 damage. This is as strong as my punch.
Pretty much. Top of the order is me. I will swing at one.
You gotta stand up.
Yep, I have to stand up first. I'm currently prone.
Stand up!
So that's half my movement. 14.
Hits.
So this is with Flame Tongue. I don't know how he would survive this, but we'll try. So 6 slashing and 8 fire.
That is a very dead and roasted kobold kebab.
And we'll try and finish this. I'll do Flurry of Blows on the other one.
All right.
16 for one punch and 23 on the other.
Hit.
So that would be 9 on the first punch, and this kick will be right in the junk, and it does 7.
That'll do it.
Why so?
Yeah, so you roll it around the Dragonborn as it's being stabbed into the ground, and you slash with Flame Tongue, roasting one, and then like flip back with your feet onto the neck of the other one, and then
Kind of spin around and give it a kick right in the ball sack.
Spin it around as you knock it down with one foot, like you kick up with the other foot and kind of like do a backflip back onto your feet.
Why not?
Yeah.
I love it.
Whoa.
It gets quiet.
I go to the window and signal the children to come in.
Yeah, so, well, they're horrified and scarred by the carnage
I was going to say, let's clean up a little first.
They got time to clean up. They know what we're up against.
We just murdered all this stuff.
I go to the back door and I give Zur a big thumbs up. Everything's clear.
He nods.
Can I search the druid?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh,
I'll let Zur know we're going to probably
18
sleep
plus
here.
whatever your
Investigation?
investigation.
19.
On the Druid, you find the same map of Planos that everyone has, like everyone else has that you received when you got here.
The pamphlets.
They clearly mass produced these on some sort of printing press kind of thing.
Or they mass distribute it through Twitter.
Yes, they mass distribute it on twitter.com/crit sandwich, where you can see the map. It has arrows pointing at the southern tip of the island.
Just
great.
A tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip.
We already did that.
So
reuse it.
We're better than that.
Yeah.
We're better than recycling jokes.
We got to go back.
I would like to think we're better than a just a tip joke, period.
Oh no, you're just reaching for the stars here.
All right. I gotta set my standards a little bit lower.
Please.
And it has times, and the times were for, the first time was written on there, you actually notice as the time when all of the bubbles popped. And then there was a series of lines and X's over some of the boats and stuff around the lower piers. And there was another time written after that. And there are a couple other locations on the island where there were, dates and times written on them. And then the most recent note and the only point of time that has not passed is pretty much tomorrow at dawn, all the way on the northern tip of the island.
Tomorrow at dawn. How are we going to get all the way up there? Story flaw. You meant 2 days from now.
You guys could get there in... if you guys leave in the middle of the night, you could get there by dawn. If you leave like around midnight or whatever. Or maybe like 2 a.m.
And if we don't have another million encounters.
And if you don't have another million encounters.
Didn't you say that there were horses or carts out there?
Yes.
Now we're cooking.
Yep.
Now we're cooking with gas. All right. I like it.
Yes. Yeah. You guys can actually, can actually get there in like 2 hours. So if you just leave at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
What's at the tip?
The tip is, so it's not drawn on the map, but Louise does know that is where Rupert Klinko's private chateau is.
Oh, so we actually have a spot drawn out for us, so we know exactly where it is.
Yeah. So yeah, now that you see it on his map, you would know exactly where it is.
So is this like the Druids' map for their exit plan? Is that what we're reading?
It sounds like what they're planning to do, like all the problems that they're causing. Something's happening there at dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would assume it's their plan of attack.
Sounds like we're going to be sleeping.
Yeah, we need to rest up and then at 4 a.m. leave because it's going down. I'm yelling timber. What?
You guys, the three of you clean up the bodies. You make some kobold kebabs.
It's good for you, I swear.
You take some of the flour and things that you find and make a simple tacky bread for the kids. And everyone just kind of finds a spot to sleep. You wake up before dawn. You get the children ready together. You walk outside. Zer's already standing there, waiting. Climb into the carriages. And now at this point, there are, 6 plus 8 children? Right? Is it 14 of you?
We had 8 kids, the 3 of us, Luis, and then 2
other people.
Yort
Yort and Martisha. A lot of people.
Yeah, so you guys pile in 7 per. Like, people are sitting on the front of these carriages. Maybe people are sitting on the horses. Some of the older kids are actually sitting on the horses themselves that are drawing the carriages.
I'd say Friar Ruck takes up 2 people's worth.
You notice that some of...
8 people.
Yeah, you're in the one with fewer people.
Yeah.
You notice that there were definitely a carriage that was knocked over and shattered. Like, the constructs on them were shattered at some point. But the 2 that are left are working. The clouds are still, although it's supposed to be close to dawn, it's still very dark outside. And it smells like it's about to start raining again.
What is it with this place? Druids.
Smells like it's about to rain again.
I think it's the druids.
That's the dramatic finish of the podcast.
Smells like it's
Oh.
about to
We
rain.
need to have it raining
I smell rain.
for the drama.
I smell rain
I see,
on the
okay.
horizon. Yeah, it was a pretty sweet fight last time. I like the rain.
My saddle, the leather in all this water is getting really ruined.
Yeah, the saddle sits in the rain, being rained on,
It's sad.
and it slowly sinks into the mud.
It's saddle.
It's getting muddy.
You ride the road north past the depot, and there is an unmarked road that sticks off. And there's a small sign that says employees only. And looking at your map and looking to Louise, she says, "This is the way."
It says employees only. I'm just kidding. I would not say.
I was just laughing because that was so bad. But
Let's do this.
You leave the main road and you follow up near the base of just, past the last of the pine forest that was to your east, up around, through the Dragon's Domain Basin with giant mountains up to your right, basin to your left. You keep going further north, and then you get to the very last mountain at the very northern tip of Monster Park, and you start going around the corner. Before you, you see standing on the main island that half-orc druid man, Guy Ta'uk, standing there with his white hair, his massive deer antler headpiece, garland draped from side to side, soil in his chest covered in flowers. The rain is starting to fall down all around you. He has about 20 different druids behind him, including, and next to the druids, there are these massive stone guardians, just these creatures made of stone that are about 10 or 12 feet tall. And he is standing next to a very wide bridge. And this bridge goes across a large valley of water and connects it to another smaller island that is just a chute of rock sticking up out of the ground. And on that large island of rock, you see a stone wall encircling the island and a chateau with some towers. Like this, it's almost like a little castle fortress with a big courtyard in the middle. And the courtyard connects to this bridge that comes across back to the main island where you're standing. Over at the other end of the bridge, on this smaller island, wrapped around this, chateau and castle with the forts and things, you see standing, or actually sitting,
sitting
by himself, Rupert Klinko, with his in his wheelchair, with the construct behind him. If you look very closely at the chateau itself, you actually do see a couple people, maybe some wizards and things, hanging out by the fort walls. And way over, it's kind of really hard to see because it's kind of misty and foggy. You see a couple zeppelins on the very back side of this, this castle chateau area, this fortress on a hill behind it all, tied up. The water crashes against the rocky cliff below you. You look down and around, and you see, and you're surveying everything. You see Guy Ta'uk start to walk across the bridge, and he's shouting some words over at Rupert, who's being pushed across the bridge. You get a better view of things, and you do see, if you weren't to cross if you'd want to avoid this bridge mess, you could possibly climb down, go across the water, and there's a beach around the bottom of Rupert Klinko's estate that you could crawl up, or not crawl up. There are actually some stone stairways that go up to his estate. There's like a little beach, like for actually hanging out. You can hang out at the beach at Rupert's place, and then go up and down the stairway there.
Does Rupert look like he's in danger?
He's pretty boldly out there.
And Guy Tulloch, is he walking? Are they coming together? Or is Rupert being pushed away from Guy Tulloch?
No, he's being pushed from his estate towards him. They're having some sort of conversation in the rain, but it's hard for you guys to hear.
And is there a bunch of the other druids, or just, you said 2 golem thingies?
There are 2 giant golem things and about 20 druids.
Oh, that's a lot of druids.
And they're
Do we have any dynamite?
on the side where Guy
We have a
Tulloch
dragon.
is.
Yeah, so he is on the ground, lurking around by you. So,
Looks like we might be hitting the beach.
It's going to be very hard to get all the children down
I feel
there.
like they'll see us.
It's less dangerous. Do you want to go charging in?
No.
Well, why don't you paint us some baskets and the dragon can fly them over? Could the dragon grab the constructs and fly the kids over around
Yeah, where's
to the zeppelins?
Where's there?
he is on the ground kind of behind you guys, looking out over to the scene.
I wonder if they can hear better than we can.
The dragons?
Yeah.
I'll ask him how's his hearing in Draconic.
The rain is continuing to pick up, and he
it's
says,
raining.
I wish I could hear that the thunder and rain pouring down impedes my ears.
do dragons have ears?
My ear holes.
Do they have ears? It's like a weird looking dragon if he's got ears.
My sound nodes. My audible bumps.
Okay. What do you think, Friar Ruck?
The rain picks up. Lightning crashes.
How far down would we have to travel if we climbed down the mountainside to the beach?
It's a,
And does it look dangerous? Is it like super steep?
Well, it's raining, so
it is
Yeah.
raining,
Slick.
but none of the, it is like a massive pile of rocks and rubble going down. So anyone could, even a kid could kind of slide down on their butt or, kind of scramble down. Like it's just a massive, rock pile. It's not impassable.
But the druids would definitely see us, right? I mean,
Yeah, if you're trying to get over to that island, you would be seen.
I'm friends with these guys. You want me to just walk up?
I think we get Zer to just blast them with the fire, and then we, at the same time, get the kids down there. That's all I can think of.
So Zer's a distraction. And we
Kinda.
climb down to the beach area.
I'm not sure if this is my fight.
Oh, he isn't going to take part?
That creature in the front of those druids. What is he?
That is a half-orc.
Not like one I've ever seen.
What can you tell us? What are you sensing?
I sense the divine.
Yeah, you guys might want to take a second and look at your spells and your inventory and figure out if there's this clever way you can cross without... Because it is, like, the water is rough at the bottom, but it's not the end of the world. It's swimmable. You could swim over to that beach and climb up the side if you wanted. Or you could just hide and wait to see how this fight goes. You have a couple options.
Cast fog cloud and we sneak
I was
over.
just thinking I have fog cloud. Create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners. This area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or great speed disperses it.
Yeah, so
so
it doesn't
it's
really-
storming right now, so I would assume it's windy, kind of.
Yep.
Probably not going to be the best thing to do. How far away are they from where we are?
It's several hundred feet.
Okay, I can't shoot them with a bow.
Yeah, I think we just let this play out and see what happens.
Lightning crashes. The water below you churns, and around Guy to Ook, planar gems levitate and turn black and spin around his head. And the water below him starts erupting and churning. And as this is happening, Rupert Klinko starts to stand up on his chair, and the construct that pushes his chair reaches forward and grabs him as its top of its torso and chest area opens up and its head flips back Transformer style and sets Rupert into the construct itself and kind of flips around him as if he's wearing the construct that pushes his wheelchair as a massive suit of armor. And both sides ignite. The druids start running forward. They're firing bows. They're slinging spells. Bolts of energy, bolts of fire, rays of sickness, rays of frost, multiple colors just firing back and forth as a battle ensues. And in the middle, surrounded by the sprawl, is Rupert Klinko casting huge, devastating spells, trying to knock down the bridge that's connecting them. But it doesn't matter, because Guy to Ook just leaps over the bridge as it's collapsing in the middle, pounces on Rupert, and blast of light as they're just fighting, and magic it's now starting to turn into an absolute just fireworks, just chaos on that bridge. The planar gems that were spinning above Guy to Ook keep going higher into the sky until they're struck by lightning, falling down through a hole that's ripped in the clouds above you is a massive kraken landing in the water beside the bridge, and it starts lashing out with its massive tentacles, hitting druids, attacking Rupert Klinko's estate. What do you guys do? Thanks for sinking your teeth into Crit Sandwich. I'm truly honored you'd spend time with us. We are Crit Sandwich Podcast on Facebook, at Crit Sandwich on Twitter. If you like our podcast, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts to help others find us. Hit us up on social media or email us at critsandwichpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks.